After losing his first game to Tottenham, drawing to FC Porto in the Europa League, and finally getting a win against Aston Villa, Van Persie is starting to put his stamp on the team. We're currently 7th in the league, aiming for a Champions League spot, and need to win Europa League to satisfy the board. With Locatelli injured and having some big games coming up, this stretch could determine if we reach those goals. First, we have Fenerbahçe in the Europa League. We start out well defending in the early stages, something that's been lacking in our first few games. We even create an early chance for ourselves, but most of the action happens in the second half. El Nassiri slices through our defense for an easy goal. To respond, Van Persie brings on Mount and Højlund, as Xerxes just hasn't done much this season at all. On the other end, Fenerbahçe looked much more dangerous. They kept creating chances until El Nassiri scores yet again. This time it was a tougher finish, but he made it look easy. But we didn't give up. We still had a chance for a comeback. Di Lorenzo misses, then in the 78th minute, we had a beautiful counterattack here. Højlund gets it to Chukwueze, who dips his shoulder and slots it home with ease. As he picks up the ball, he's really starting to show his value for the club. It's the 82nd minute. Can we create another chance to equalize? Chukwueze again out wide, smokes the defender, but then his shot gets blocked. We create one last chance on the counter. Fans on the edge of their seats. Chukwueze takes on the defender, passes it to Bruno, who saved, and another save that hits the post. It was just not our day today. Jose Mourinho got the better of his former club as they win 2-1. We head to West Ham in the Premier League. Coming off a loss, we need a dub today. Kobbie Mainoo starts as Locatelli is still sidelined with injury. Wan-Bissaka starts the game with a wild shot. A few minutes later, we go on a counterattack through Garnacho. Xerxes returns to the lineup, passing to Mount, but he just can't put it away. On their next attack, Füllkrug lays it off to Soler, but he hits the post. They go on to keep creating chances until finally they break the deadlock. Füllkrug shoots, Onana saves it, but right to Soler. Off a corner, we finally get our break. Somerville makes a bad pass, and Scamacca is just the man we want in that position to equalize. Only a few minutes later, he gets another chance. Fernandez puts him through as he skips past the first defender, fakes the second, and slots it home like he's at a casino. Scamacca just can't stop scoring. We came from behind, now we need control. Chukwueze looks to put the game away, but just plays the pass too far. On the other end, West Ham looks dangerous. We bit for the fake, and Füllkrug puts it away. No matter what we do, we just can't seem to hold on to a lead. We settle for yet another draw, 2-2.
And that's full time, and it ends with...
Van Persie rotates the squad in the Carabao Cup. We needed fresh legs, and it leads to a 3-0 win. Next we have Chelsea. Facing yet another former Man United player, this game ended up being rather defensive. Not much creativity other than the moment where we scored with Garnacho. And what a goal it was. He controls it similar to Messi in the World Cup against Nigeria. Thanks to Garnacho, we get a much needed win against our rivals in the Premier League. We're now sitting in 6th. As Haaland wins the Ballon d'Or, our focus is now back on the Europa League.
And what we're concentrating on tonight is league phase action in the Europa League. It is Manchester United up against PAOK.
We seem to have started well, but 10 minutes into the game, we let in a cheap goal. Not sure what happened, but Martinez just couldn't quite stay in front. We kept our heads. We defend the corner really well and go on an easy counterattack. Bruno Fernandes is unselfish and Højlund fluffs his lines, but is fortunate to get a rebound. We start to gain control of the game, bossing the midfield and stringing passes together. As De Ligt shuts down a chance, we realize we need to create more if we want to win. At halftime, Van Persie urges his team to get another goal. We really need to win this competition. That chance comes early in the second half from a counterattack. Just when you thought PAOK cut it out, we get the ball back and Højlund scores his second goal. RVP is hype on the sideline. We play well the rest of the match and finally not letting a goal after going ahead. The fans go crazy as we get a much-needed win in the Europa League. Locatelli is finally back from injury, and Leicester City is the perfect game to get back to match fitness. We win 2-1 with a late goal from Bruno Fernandes. The international break comes and our next game is Ipswich. But we have another setback. Lisandro Martinez picks up an injury with some important games coming up. We'll need to rely on Yoro in defense. We're starting to string together some wins as we defeat Ipswich 2-0. Both Locatelli and Yoro score, which is good news, especially for Yoro. We have one last game to end the month of November. Van Persie starts Dorgu at left back since he's requesting playing time. Chukwueze tries to get the team locked in.
Who will come out on top? Stay with us.
Really looking forward to this one.
FK Bodø create an early chance, but Onana saves it. With some younger players in defense, RVP is expecting a tough match. Yoro looks shaky early as he gives the ball away, but the lick comes and puts out the fire. FK Bodø keeps on the pressure as they continue to create chance after chance. Man United haven't really settled into the game yet. The inexperience at the back is starting to show. Dorgu gets caught out of position, leaving a hole in the back. Bodø take full advantage and score a goal. That goal woke the team. Immediately after, Man U goes on an attack. Fernandes gets the ball to Scamacca, and he does what he does best: score goals. He's really been a consistent goal scorer for us this season. Yoro and Dorgu link up to start an attack. Garnacho does well out wide. He gets it back as he looks inside to create an opportunity. Bruno gets the shot, but it's saved. But now the boys are feeling it. We go into halftime with our heads held high, but we know we need another win. Bruno and Chukwueze link up on the right-hand side, but Højlund gets blocked. Garnacho with slick feet helps create another opportunity, but Bruno is just offsides. Bodø experience a lack of concentration as Garnacho presses the ball. He sets up Scamacca with an easiest goal of the season. Man U are on top after a very slow start to the game. Dorgu had a decent game, but RVP needs experience to see the game out. Bodø tried to create, but we shut down their every turn. We create a few more chances and certainly should have scored a few more goals. In the end, we win 2-1 as we climb the Europa League table. We won every game in November, beating our rivals Chelsea and winning both Europa League games. That moves us up to 5th in the league with 22 points and 9th in Europa, only 3 points behind the 3rd spot. And with that, that's the episode for today. Thanks for watching.